There's Nathan, Jackson, Tyler, Dan. Good evening, and thank you everyone for coming. My name is Allie. I am attending UW Superior to become an elementary school teacher. I'm a paraprofessional and I work with a kindergartner that has autism. In the last 4 months, I have worked alongside this child and a special education teacher. How many of you have ever thought teaching children with autism must be difficult? The purpose of this speech is to educate teachers and my audience on how to communicate with autistic children and effectively teach academic concepts. As a future teacher and working daily with children that have autism, I feel that it is important to gain knowledge and tools on how to connect to the kids with what I'm teaching for that day. I hope you will enjoy hearing about teaching academic concepts to autistic children as much as I've enjoyed preparing for this speech. In this speech, I will be covering the use of visual supports, direct language, and why it is good to set a daily routine. Visual aids and simple instructions allow the teacher to communicate to autistic children. First, I'm going to discuss the communicating using visual aids. I don't know where my mouse clicker is.
Oh.
Is it reading it?
Yep.
One researcher, Debbie Hopper from Life Skills for Kids, claims on their website, last updated in 2018, that visual aids can be very effective to enable autistic kids to communicate both in schools and in our home. It is our responsibility to help kids with autism in schools become as independent as possible. Examples of visual supports that I have are the reasons why they are useful to support learning and success with Inclusive Classroom. In the 2006 edition of Teaching Exceptional Children, scientific researchers Rao and Gaji claim these visual supports. They are part of everyone's communication system, and they make abstract concepts more concrete for the student. The two visual supports, when implemented correctly, allow the student with autism the freedom to engage in life regardless of impairment. According to the journal article written by Allison Harris, Visual Supports for Students with Autism, written on an unknown date, visual supports have been successfully used to teach children with autism a variety of skills to include literacy skills, cooking, encouraging positive behavior, and providing activity schedules. One example of visual supports consisted with the journal article written by Allison Harris, Visual Supports for Students with Autism, written on an unknown date. The picture exchange system is also known as PECS. The system is an argumentative communication system developed to help individuals quickly acquire a functional means of communication. PECS is designed for individuals who do not use speech or may speak with limited effectiveness. On the account of this method with my kindergartner, it does help with the transitioning throughout the day. We use this method to get his day started by telling him what he needs in the classroom, where he's going throughout the day, what subjects we will be learning in the classroom, his behavior, and when it is time to go, what he needs to gather. Secondly, I'm going to mention how direct language can help communicate with a student that has autism. A concern a teacher may experience with a child with autism is the student does not pay attention to what I'm saying. One of the most informative groups of researchers, National Autistic Society, claims on their website, last updated on May 2017, that teachers should always use his or her name at the beginning so that they know you are talking to them. Also make sure he or she is paying attention before you ask a question and give an instruction. Another concern that a teacher may experience with a child that has autism is that they find it hard to process what I'm saying. According to the same group of researchers, National Autistic Society claims on their website, last updated on May 2017, that you should say it less and say it slowly. I have learned from my experience to use specific keywords, repeating and stressing them to the student. Lastly, I'm going to talk about a daily routine and how it can help with communication between the student and the teacher. One of the top researchers for autism, National Autistic Society, claims on their website, last updated April 24th, 2017, that routines help create stability and order. Working with the special education teacher, we created a daily routine. I've noticed with the kindergartner that I work with that by setting routines, it helps my student because it takes him longer to process information verbally, and it gives him time to understand what is going on. Another reason why we have a set daily schedule with him is that if anything were to change in the schedule, we must prepare him of the changes in his routine for the day. For example, Halloween, the special education teacher and I had to let my kindergartner know that we would be dressing up and having a parade instead of the normal Wednesday routine of going through the library at a specific time. Once more, according to the top researcher of autism, National Autistic Society claims on their website, last updated April 24th, 2017, that people with autism quickly learn routines and are naturally motivated to repeat them and have a safe and quiet spot for the child to go if they seem stressed. Hence, for my student, we have a sensory room that I allow him to use for 3 minutes to give him a break from whatever may be stressing him out. In conclusion, this speech discusses simple tools for educators to use in their classroom to help with communication between autistic children and teacher, allowing the autistic child to feel safe and comfortable in his or her classroom. It will also allow the student to learn with ease. Visual aids and simple instructions allow the teacher to communicate to the autistic child. Therefore, I would like to thank my audience, Tyler, Nathan, Seth, and Jackson, for listening to my speech, and I hope you all have learned something about communicating academics concepts to autism children.